Nixie, how you doing?
Um,
Nixie?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You're
I'm doing.
pretty quiet though. But let me see if I
Oh
can turn.
yeah. Sorry, Beef complained about my Give me 1 second. I'll fix it right now. It was just I just changed my input sensitivity because my fan's on.
Oh, no worries, no
Is
worries.
that better?
Yes, I can hear you now. Nixie, what is your
Okay.
question?
I have two quick questions. They are very quick questions.
Uh-huh.
So the first one is, how do you feel about the new area, Loam?
Zarala Cavern.
Yeah,
All right. Um,
The lie detector has determined that is not a quick question.
I said it is a quick question.
Forgive me, quick answer. Sorry, I meant to throw that at Acco. My bad.
no, it is actually not. I like it. I like the new zone. I think the new zone does a very good job of sort of dealing with storytelling, and it tells its own story that fits into the main story, which I really enjoy. The different biomes all have a reason for looking the way that they look, and I love that. But then again, Wayne Lost, Blizzard designed a zone that wasn't really good. The thing I don't like about the new zone is the sort of rinse and repeat methods that the Blizzard sort of constantly come up with. So if we're talking gameplay, the constant having to go and kill rares, get gear, do some world quests, get gear, the upgrade thing. I do think Blizzard can sort of start spending a little bit more time upgrading that and maybe coming up with something new.
Yeah. I'm just glad that we're allowed to, still use our dragons in the cave.
Oh yeah, and it's actually changed flying quite a bit. The way flying
Oh.
works in the cave, it is restrictive enough that you sort of sometimes have to think a little bit more about, because in the open world you just go as high as you can and then just go, whereas here you can't go as high as you can, so you sometimes have to really think, okay, I need to gain just enough speed so that I can get there. But I'm not really going to be able to just go from one side of the map to the other without thinking about where I'm going.
Yeah, well, that makes it better, because at least
True.
It makes flying more. Like, you have to actually put thought into it, and it's not just. I actually went back and tried to do old content, because I told you before, like, I like going and doing, like, mount searches and stuff. Yeah. And I got on one of my mounts and tried to fly somewhere and was like, what is this? I am going so slow. I have no control. I felt so confused and was like, I'm going back to Dragon Owls. I'm not doing this no more.
True. Old flying sucks dick. And in the new patch, 10.1.5, dragon riding will now be available seemingly all over the world. Like, every single zone will now be. So that's going to be really cool. It's now called dynamic flying, by the way. They've changed the name from dragon riding to dynamic flying.
Well, I guess that's fair, because we're not only going to be able to ride dragons now.
True.
But
that's cool.
We went to the thing for the Lion's Guard outfit for the Alliance. I was very disappointed in that, but that's a discussion for some other time.
Okay.
I got that quest done, and I got it done right before Tuesday's, Tuesday in America, the reset.
Yeah.
And I was just so upset about it because of the flying, and I was like, man, I wish that, because I haven't really been keeping up with the updates. So I got that done, and then immediately went back to the caverns and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to the old world at all. The old world just feels so miserable with the flying. It really feels like you're not getting anywhere. It just takes forever, and it's so boring because you just hit auto run, and then you just sort of wait for you to get there. So I'm glad that dragon riding is returning or going to the whole world now. You said you had a second part.
Yeah, and I found out. Yeah, my second question.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be a better idea if we just, get rid of Rathian and Sibelian and make Abyssi in the Black Dragonflight aspect instead?
Oh, this is where we get into some discussion. So I'm going to do. This is part of what we're going to be discussing on the Shill Show on Monday. But I'll give you a brief answer about this. Right now, Abyssian makes the most sense. He's the only one that seems to really look out for the Black Dragons as a whole. But you can see Abyssian's own mindset being he's trying to prepare Sibelian and Rathian for aspecthood. So he's not trying to take the lead and be the leader and sort of shoehorn himself into aspecthood. He's trying to get them to see, hey, if you stop bickering, you could actually decide among yourselves and be a good aspect. But you have to figure this out, because if you keep viewing the other as your enemy, this is never going to work. And I have a sneaky suspicion that both Rathian and Sibelian may actively step aside and nominate him to become the aspect towards the end of it, because it's the only one that, in my mind, makes sense. With Rathian and maybe Sibelian just taking on general roles, so to speak.
Yeah. They made a whole point of it in the beginning of Dragonflight, that the whole point of the aspects is to bring everyone together and make it like a family, like, because they are a family.
Yeah.
And the only one out of the Black Dragon aspects who seems to care about coming together and making sure everyone works as a family, because the Black Dragonflight was the ones that were impacted the most during all of the Legion stuff and the Primalists, and they are the only ones who seem to be... He's the only one who seems to be like, okay, this is a family, we need to start acting like one. He's full dad. He's gone full dad on these kids.
Very
And
true.
he seems to be the one who's not affected. I mean, obviously, every Black Dragonflight is affected by Neltharion, but he's the one who's affected the least, because he had his time to come to terms with where he stands as a Black Dragonflight, and he does the regretful thing, like, he shows the regret for leaving the like, all of it, and he's the only one that seems to have his head like, hey, you know, we came back to our home.
Mm-hmm.
We need to rebuild instead of argue with each other. I agree that you both have good things to bring to the Black Dragonflight, but we need to kind of work together right now.
Yeah,
and I need you guys to stop being 5-year-olds.
I absolutely, fundamentally agree with you. Like, absolutely. I can't add anything else, really, because I see it the same way. Starting off, I didn't want Abyssian to be the aspect. Like, I'll be very honest about this. My initial thoughts were, I want Rathian, because I like Rathian. So I was like, yeah, Rathian, 100% already decided. And then, as time went on, I started leaning more and more towards Abyssian. I started liking him more as a character.
Could I just cut in right quick, because there is something relevant.
Yeah.
In the new icons that from a Wellhead post that was posted last night, for the new augmentation spec, there's a black affinity and a bronze affinity talent.
Yeah.
The bronze affinity has an icon for Norge Domu.
Yeah.
But the black one shows a new black dragon model with a nose ring, which is a dead ringer for Abyssian. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I think.
Good
Yeah.
gosh.
So.
That's another W for Blizzard.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So Blizzard may have actually made that decision already. Right now, the lore seems to really push Abyssian as the guy. So I can absolutely see that. Mike, thanks so much for sharing that. I didn't even know that. I didn't even see that. I saw the the affinities, but I didn't even take a look. At the...
I didn't really catch it at first until I read the post, and then that's when it really stuck out, because you see Norse Domu clear as day, and then the black dragon model with the nose ring. There's only one black dragon that currently has a nose ring, and that's Abyssian, unless they're introducing someone brand new, which I don't see.
No.
See, this goes back to the conversation that we all had in the Discord and in stream where, we want to be able to form our own hypothesis about characters and where they're going before they get there, before they're revealed that way. And this is what they're doing correct. They gave us the opportunity to see Abyssian, read his story, see how he's reacting with other people, and go, he's the best choice. And now they're like, yes, we wanted that to happen. Yeah. We wanted you guys to be able to form that. That's good storytelling.
I fully agree with you. It is leading the player to the choice that makes the most sense, instead of making the choice and then try to explain to the player why their choice is the best. Because once the player have decided, well, fuck you, it becomes very difficult to convince the player otherwise. Whereas this it's a lot more clean. And I do think by the end, very few players... there's always going to be players that's upset. Don't misunderstand. There's always going to be players that's going to be upset. But I think this is all in all a really good idea. Anyways.
Yeah, especially the people who did the stuff for the Black Citadel, which was like choose between Rathian and Civilian. Now they're like, that didn't mean anything.
Exactly. Right. Nixie, did you have anything else that you wanted to ask, or was that all of it?
Nope, that was it. I have more discussions for other times, but those were the 2 questions I had for today.
All right. We'll make sure, Moni, can you make a note, please? Nixie has more conversations, so next time allow her to sort of come in first, or be among the first to come in. Just because, she already have topics that you want to discuss again. So yeah, Nixie, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and enjoy your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.